In today's Europe, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán has emerged as a forceful voice, calling to make Europe great again. His message challenges the EU's current direction, urging a return to Europe's historical identity and traditions. Orbán argues that Europe is losing its soul, facing demographic decline, weakened sovereignty, and a crisis of cultural confidence. He proposes a bold reimagining prioritizing tradition, security, and national identity over bureaucratic integration. This vision resonates with many who feel left behind by globalization and disconnected from EU leadership. At its core, Orbán's platform pits nationalism against globalism and a Europe of proud nations against a centralized superstate. By examining his ideas, reviving Christian culture, prioritizing safety, and strengthening national pride, we see the deep divisions shaping Europe's future. Orbán's vision rests on three pillars. First, reviving Christian culture as Europe's moral foundation, which he believes is essential for unity and resilience. He sees secularism as eroding Europe's spirit and calls for a return to traditional values. Second, Orbán links public safety to strict immigration control, arguing that unchecked migration threatens security and social cohesion. He insists governments must protect borders and reject EU-imposed migrant quotas. Third, he champions strong sovereign nations over a federalized Europe, opposing centralized power in Brussels. Orbán envisions a Europe of distinct nations, each preserving its own culture and making its own decisions. These pillars form a coherent worldview. Only a Europe rooted in tradition, security, and sovereignty can thrive. Rather than leaving the EU, Orbán seeks to transform it from within, rallying like-minded leaders to his cause. Supporters hail Orbán as a defender of national identity and common sense, especially in Central and Eastern Europe. They value his focus on family, tradition, and border security, seeing him as a bulwark against EU overreach. Critics, however, warn that his vision risks authoritarianism and exclusion, pointing to his control over Hungary's media and institutions. They argue his rhetoric divides societies and undermines democracy, while his stance on immigration stokes fear and ignores newcomers' contributions. Opponents believe Europe's challenges, like climate change and global competition, require unity, not fragmentation. The debate over Orbán's ideas reflects a broader struggle over Europe's identity and future. Orbán's vision has sparked a defining debate over Europe's soul and direction. One path favors deeper EU integration, shared values, and collective action to face global challenges. The other, Orbán's path, champions national sovereignty, strong borders, and cultural heritage. Supporters see this as reclaiming control. Critics fear it leads to division and decline. The outcome will shape Europe for generations, determining whether it becomes a unified superstate or a family of independent nations. As of July 12, 2025, these questions remain unsettled. The debate over Orbán's vision is ultimately a debate about Europe's destiny.